Hey guys, it's Sarah with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we have a review and install of the Barricade HD steel running boards in black, fitting your 14 through 18 Chevy Silverado 1500s with the crew cab. These are perfect for the Silverado owner who's looking to add the convenience of a step and is looking for a running board with an aggressive appearance and a wide stepping surface. These running boards provide a step for easy entry, especially if your truck is lifted like ours, and also double as some added side protection against door dings. These running boards feature heavy-duty steel construction with a satin black powder coat finish, as well as riveted stamped steel step pads for sure footing in all weather. They run the length of the cab, and they're also one of the wider options, coming in at around 6.5 inches wide, all in all giving you more stepping surface than a lot of the other options. So as far as price goes, these running boards come in at around $425, making them on the lower end price-wise when compared to other stepping options. And for your money, you get a nice wide step with an aggressive appearance that is going to save you a bunch of money over some pricier options. I'm giving this install a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. These running boards feature direct bolt-up install and can be done within 2 hours. So with that said, let's jump into our install. For this install, you will need a ratchet, a 10mm wrench, a 13mm socket, and a 10mm socket. All right, so the first step in our install is to mount up the brackets to our truck. Now we're gonna start with the passenger side front bracket because this one is a little bit different than the other brackets. It takes 2 brackets in one. They bolt up sort of like this. So let's show you how to get it installed. All right, so the first step is to set the smaller piece of the bracket up right here, and we're lining it up with the hole in the pinch weld as well as the threaded hole in the body of the truck. Grab one of your 8mm bolts with a washer and lock washer and thread it into the body up top here. Next up, we're going to grab our passenger side front bracket. It is stamped PF on the side. It's also the only one that looks slightly different than the others. We're going to line it up on this side as well as the bottom underneath the pinch weld. Grab the threaded nut plate and slide it in the hole in the first piece of the bracket, pinch weld, and through the bottom part of the bracket. And then grab a washer and this nylon lock nut and thread it on. Now this is designed a little different, even though a regular bracket will fit here. This was designed to accommodate more models, so that's why it's a little different than the rest of the brackets. Grab another one of your bolts with a washer and a lock washer. Just gonna thread it through the hole in the side of the bracket. And there should be a threaded side in the first bracket we installed. Get them threaded together. Now we're gonna leave this loose for now, and we're gonna tighten them all down later. Next up, grab these clip nuts. You're gonna slide one over the hole in the pinch weld in your second mounting position on the passenger side. Line it up as evenly with the hole as you can. Next up, grab your bracket. Line it up with the hole in the pinch weld as well as the threaded hole in the body. Grab a set of hardware, the 8mm bolts with a washer and lock washer, and thread it in. And again, we're going to tighten these down later. All right, so the next mounting point on the passenger side is right here. To get to this point, you do need to remove this plastic piece. And then using these nut clips, slide it through and over this opening here. Slide your second one over top of this. Line up your bracket to both of these. And install your hardware. Again, we're going to leave these relatively loose so that we can adjust it when we install the step. Now you're going to repeat that process for the last mounting point. All right, so the next step, we're gonna place this running board on top of the brackets. Now it will rest there temporarily, but you wanna make sure you keep a hand on it before you bolt it there physically. And as you can see, there is a ton of adjustment. That's why we left the brackets loose, so we can make sure it fits perfectly to the truck. All right, next up, we're gonna use these bolt plates, and that is gonna attach our step to the brackets. Slide it in between the step in the cutouts for it there. You may have to slide or adjust your step where it sits. Then once you have them through, install a washer, lock washer, and nut. All right, moving on to our next bracket. Slide the bolt plate into the step. And then you may have to adjust the step in order to get it in, and this is why we left these brackets a little bit loose. All right, and once it's in place, install the rest of your hardware. Now we are leaving these loose as well for now until we have all of the bolt plates installed. We will tighten down everything at once. Repeat that process with the next two brackets. All right, now we're gonna tighten down the brackets as well as the brackets to your step. So we're gonna start here with a 13mm socket. We're gonna tighten down the brackets that are holding this to the truck. Make sure you get all 3 bolts on this bracket because there is one extra with the front one. Repeat that with the rest of your brackets. All right, now with the 10mm socket, tighten down the nuts that are holding your step to the brackets. Now some of these might be a little difficult to get on with a socket, so you can use a 10mm wrench instead. All right, so that is going to do it for the review and install of these running boards. And remember, for all things Silverado, keep it at AmericanTrucks.com.